From across the nation and around the world, for Pacifica Headlines, I'm Jesse Lent.
I'll save the energy targets for last, but ultimately we'll hit energy targets, yeah. But we're going to hit them very hard tonight. We're going to hit them very hard tomorrow night. We're going to hit them very hard the night after. And then next week it gets really bad for them because next week comes the power plants. Next week comes the bridges. We're going to knock out all their power plants. We're going to knock out all their bridges unless they get to the table and negotiate.
Do you believe the Iranians are serious about making a deal?
I think they have no choice.
President Donald Trump speaking on Trey Yink's Fox News show in an interview that aired yesterday. According to a post from Iranian government spokesperson Fatima Mohajerani on X, over 30 civilians have been killed in U.S. strikes on the southern regions of Iran since fighting resumed between the two countries late last week. The U.S. military reimposed a naval blockade on Iran and intensified its airstrike campaign today in the fourth consecutive day of U.S. strikes, wounding 260 people across the country, Iranian officials said. 13 U.S. missiles struck facilities at a barracks today in Bampur, killing 7 soldiers from Iran's 388th Brigade and injuring several others, according to Iran's Tasnim news agency. The report noted that the strikes were, quote, intended to cause maximum casualties, with a guest house, guard posts, and accommodation facilities at the base targeted. According to The Guardian, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said it had launched attacks on command and control, logistics, fuel, and military equipment facilities belonging to the Fifth Fleet of the U.S. Navy in Bahrain. Kuwait and Jordan also came under attack, with Jordan's army reporting early this morning that its air defenses intercepted and shot down 3 ballistic missiles that entered its airspace. The Iranian state news agency IRNA reports that Iranian forces launched a drone attack on a military base in Jordan that hosts American warplanes. The IRGC warned that if Washington sought to block the region's oil and gas exports by controlling maritime routes, as President Trump has threatened, other export routes serving U.S. and allied interests could also be closed, saying regional energy exports would be, quote, for everyone or for no one. Yesterday, President Trump changed course on a plan he laid out Monday for the U.S. to enforce a 20% toll on vessels passing through the Strait of Hormuz, a channel in the territorial waters of Iran and Oman through which 20% of the world's oil travels during peacetime. The UN's Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the Occupied Palestinian Territory is calling on Israel's government to release Hassam Abu Safia, the director of the Kamal Adwan Hospital in Gaza. Safia, who has been held without charge in an Israeli prison for more than 18 months, is among at least 15 Palestinian doctors from Gaza currently in Israeli detention, according to Al Jazeera. The World Health Organization reports that it has less than half the funding it needs to fight the current Ebola outbreak in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Chikwe Ihekweho, executive director of the organization's Health Emergencies Program, asked that donors not abandon the country at a critical stage of the epidemic. At least 1,926 people have been infected, and 702 have died of the recent outbreak, according to government data. Anti-ICE demonstrations have continued in the coastal city of Biddeford, Maine, after an ICE agent fatally shot Joan Sebastian Guerrero, a 25-year-old Columbian immigrant who was married and had a 3-year-old daughter while he was in his car. Guerrero, a Biddeford resident, was living in the United States legally, his father told the New York Times. The Office of Maine's Attorney General told The Guardian that the shooting occurred as federal agents were carrying out a, quote, enforcement operation related to a final order of removal after Guerrero had allegedly, quote, attempted to flee in a vehicle in the direction of the officer, prompting the use of deadly force. However, videos of the killing do not appear to support this claim. Speaking to Reuters from a vigil in Biddeford yesterday, Democratic Maine State Representative Sophie Warren called on ICE to leave Maine.
This is an organization that is absolutely out of control. They just yesterday, of course, they killed one of our neighbors here in our state, and that's completely inconsistent with our values. We want ICE out of our state. We want them defunded at the national level, and we want safety and peace for our communities.
Those are the latest Pacifica headlines for the Pacifica Network. I'm Jesse Lent.